Alright guys, welcome back to VALORANT News. A big day in the VCT world yesterday with a controversial Fnatic versus KOI series with some big debate we're going to dive into, but also FNS revealing he may well be joining a new organisation in the near future, probably not as a player, more likely as a content creator, but at this point who knows. Very much interested your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new as always, I'd greatly appreciate it. First of all then, I think we've just got to dive straight into this. Before we get to the Fnatic series though, I did want to mention this, that I think a couple of guys pointed out to me that Ye in his Discord had said the following, because Ye, he's been, well, clearly having a hard time lately on that Bleed Esports team. Yes, he's not playing his best. Is he at fault for the direction of the team? We know that Steel has been kind of twisting the knife, shall we say, even on the broadcast. And actually, Ye said this: I do appreciate you guys and your support. There's a lot of stuff going on in my life, even outside of just the game. I won't lie, I'm struggling with it all. I wish I had the answers and the solution, but I don't. The only thing I can do right now is keep practicing, hope for better days. And I get this from Ye, right? Because he's out there in Singapore, like we know that he had like the illness or whatever he had, that he wasn't able to go to play that event with Bleed before the season began, and I'm sure that it's difficult, we don't know the circumstances, right, but you can imagine that there are various things making things more challenging for Ye than otherwise he might have hoped for, so yeah, he's got to hopefully turn the situation around. Bleed actually play very shortly, they play Detonation Gaming, and if they can't beat those guys, then they probably ain't going to be able to beat anyone, I'm not going to lie to you. So yeah, let's dive into these other series. Liquid played Giant X yesterday. They took them down 2-1. So yeah, the Liquid guys get the win. It's still not great really, but it's better than maybe it has been before. Again, it's Nats versus Redgear here, so always nice to see this kind of stuff happen. Cloud, he was obviously top prospect for the team. I think that still remains true to some extent. They did win the game 16-14, and the Hoodie had a great map here as well, but after that it was 13-7, 13-11 on the Ascent to close out the series. So a very close one to be fair, but Team Liquid just about got over the line. Another close series on game 1 was KOI Fnatic. This series, though, carried a lot of controversy based on this exploit. Now, the series was a bit of a mess, tech pauses, audio problems, various issues. But the tech pause drama was the main one around this potential exploit. So KOI, the tech pause happens, they were actually punished by having their seconds timeout removed here, which is, for some reason, quite a consistent thing. If you use an exploit or you do something you shouldn't have done, the response from Riot tends to be you lose a timeout, which doesn't seem like a massively big deal, but in the context of this specific map and the way that KOI started up 11-3 and then ended up losing the map 13-11, that second timeout could have been rather useful. So the fact that it was deleted here from them meant that they couldn't use it. Arguably, they shouldn't have had this timeout removed, and that could have really changed the trajectory of the game. But anyway, this is what occurred. So here is a 5 versus 2. Fnatic are stuck basically, or at least I think it's Boaster, right? Stuck inside the teleporter. So Grabinho throws in the Brimstone Molly, and it bounces and lands right about here. So if you guys, let me just play the clip a few times in the background so you guys can see what's going on. Okay, these teleporter doors, they're only meant to be opened, of course, from the inside. It is possible to open them from the outside using such things as we see right here. With the, the Dizzy, the flashbang goes in. I think you can do it with Cypher as well. There's a couple of things that can open these doors. But the Molly also would open the door from the inside. So I'm pretty sure, well, there's a debate on this. I think what KOI are trying to do is they are calling the Molly. The Molly goes in, it lands right about here. And the intention would be that the Molly lands and therefore can open the door from the inside. And then the flash would come through so they can challenge Boaster and kill him very easily. What actually happens, though, is they throw the flash too early. So the flash opens the doors from the outside before the Molly does from the inside. Or maybe the Molly wasn't perfectly positioned to do so anyway. And therefore, the flash is the thing that opened the door. Now, was this unintentional? Was the timing just slightly wrong so that, the Gecko player Shadow was intending for the door to already have been opened by the Molly as the flash goes in? Or was this kind of, they kind of knew what they were doing? There's a debate on either side of the arguments here. But effectively, this is considered to be an exploit by Riot Games. And so there was some debate. Was this intended? Was this not intended? Understandably, we don't really know whether it was or not. But clearly Riot Games felt like it was. And therefore they decided to take the tech pause, deduct the second timeout away from KOI. Now, look, should they win the game anyway? Yes. But the thing that frustrates me about this to some degree is that this is a known bug. If it's not intended for use, And you can see in this type of circumstance, it's a little bit of a grey area. Did they intend to use it for this reason? Or was the intention that, well, the door will be opened by the molly and therefore it's not going to, we're not going to open the door this way? This is a bug that's been known about for a long time. Riot don't fix it, or they at least haven't fixed it yet. And then the players in these grey area scenarios are the ones that get punished for abusing an exploit, which really shouldn't be in the game. Like, if you're exploiting an exploit that you know is an exploit, then that should be punishable to some degree. But this exploit can be done accidentally. There's rather a few exploits that can be used accidentally. We've seen in the past where, like, cipher cams and stuff, putting it in spots that are exploitable, and those aren't allowed, and teams will do it anyway, and they'll get punished for doing so, understandably so. The Vivo Keys drama from a couple of years ago comes to mind on that one. But in this case, this can be done accidentally, and I believe in this case it quite possibly was, but yet they still got punished for it. So that was the question. Nonetheless though, KOI go up 11-3 in the game, and they absolutely should close this one out. Now I will say, Fnatic, they did start to play actually good Valorant again, and it's funny, I think, with Fnatic that when they play their best stuff, it tends to be Boaster just getting slammed and the rest of the guys are fry. Like, I know that Boaster wants to be more impactful, but in the series that they've dominated last year and this year again, Boaster's just chilling out, not getting many kills, and the rest of the guys are the guys turning up, and Boaster's, I guess, focusing on the in-game leading is one way you can look at it. But they do bring it back from 3-11 down, and KOI, I think it's a classic case, really. They were just trying to overextend a bit too much to get over the line. It didn't work. The full collapse comes through. And Fnatic played very well and admirably to get to this point. They're still a bit shaky, Fnatic, I will say. Like, against KOI, they really should never be going down 11-3 at a half like this, or, 9-3 at the half, and then 11-3 after the pistol. But they do have the clutch factor to bring it back. Boaster has 7 in the game one. The Iceboxy has 4. So it didn't do much, but that sometimes is how Fnatic play their best stuff, to be honest. He also had 0 headshot percentage for the second game, which was actually kind of impressive. But yeah, so there you go. Fnatic get over the line. Obviously, after the way that Bind went, like, there was no way in hell that KOI were recovering mentally. And to be fair, they won the pistol and they closed out the second round. But after that, Fnatic quickly took charge of the game. DRX have, just as a recording, closed out a 2-1 win against Gen.G. Massively important series actually for that region, just to see as time progresses how they're going to get on, because DRX made their change. They've still got Bane in their roster and he's frying. So Gen.G, they don't look quite the same as they did previously, but yeah, here we go. They 13-10'd on their pick. Gen.G then won their pick on the Ascent 39, and then the split was 13-7. So yeah, very impressive DRX. That region is really fascinating right now, because Gen.G were the best team a month and a half ago, but nowadays that does not seem to be the case with the resurgence of Paper X and now DRX as well. The next series that is just about to begin, by the way, is Bleed DFM. So yeah, I'm not sure this is going to be the highest quality stuff, but I'll be tuning in to see how it goes. Now, FNS, wanted to say a couple of things on Sentinels actually as well, because TenZ was probably joking about playing Clove, but he has been grinding a lot of Clove lately, and Sentinels are saying, well, see you tomorrow, here comes the TenZ Clove. He says on stream he's going to run the Clove. Well, I don't know, but their matchup is certainly winnable, but also FNS revealing that he's got something up his sleeve.
I have a lot of products, yes. Oh, yes, I'm ready. I've been ready.
Baby. Oh, baby.
I gotta practice Clove, though, because I'm playing Clove tomorrow, so I have to practice a bit. I hope you lose your next game. Thank you. Thanks. I'm very glad. Clove is available tomorrow? Yep.
Match
Finally.
found.
The announcement will happen at some point by the end of this week, for sure, at the latest. Like 100%. That was the stuff I was figuring out the last couple of days as well. We're good now. Yeah, I'm joining Bleed to help them get their first win. The contract is, and if we win, I leave the team. They just want to win once. So I'm gonna join Bleed. We're gonna win one game, and then I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna fly back home. Give us a hint, a little peek, if I may. Okay, I'll give you guys one hint. I'm not going anywhere in terms of, like, I'm not flying anywhere else. I'm staying in North America. Is that a good enough hint? Cloud9 is 2-0 right now. So why would Cloud9 pick me up? I just want to know your thought process. Who else is there? What's the other one? EG. So you guys think after all this shit I've talked about this dog org that I'm all of a sudden joining EG? I'm just sitting here talking all this to Ryan, to the org, how bad they play, to join them. I don't even think this team would give me a content creator offer. I don't even think they would employ me as a janitor. And I don't blame them.
So it has now been a question for some time. When will FNS go somewhere? Like, is he going to return as a player, him and Som somewhere? Was that going to happen mid-season? I feel like that was very unlikely, to be honest, to ever really happen mid-season. I think it would have to be a team that was trending downwards big time to make a decision like that. But something worth considering. I think it would have to be a team that was kind of trending downwards big time to make a decision like that. But still, there was a chance. But now it seems to me that FNS quite possibly somewhere as a content creator, right? Sentinels tend to be very good at keeping this under wraps. So I think it might be more likely that it could be on the NRG side just because of the relationship that he's had with those guys before. But yeah, I guess time will tell over the coming days. And Sen and NRG, to be fair, having a bit of beef on the social media side last night. But Sentinels, they play MIBR. That is their series coming up this evening, and they're not far away from playing Evil Geniuses. And actually, Potter says, coach of EG, never lost to Kaplan, never lost to John QT or Sentinels. Don't plan on starting now. See you guys next week. So yeah, definitely some spicy storylines emerging, especially considering the fact that, as we've said over the last few days, Sentinels absolutely need to win the MIBR series, the EG series, and the Furia series, so then they don't have to worry so much about beating Loud, because otherwise they could be in a precarious position in terms of even qualifying for the playoffs in North America and not even getting to go to Shanghai straight up. So very much intrigued your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.